Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Wednesday, June 30th. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Last trading day in June. Had kind of a mixed bag yesterday. So my Ninja Trader cash accounts, funded accounts took a decent hit, about $800 per account. On the flip side, my Blue Sky funded account actually ended up pretty nice. Did take a TP1, TP2 from a signal that I posted to my signal group. So as you guys can see, DeepCharts now has moved to my main chart up here. There's still a few things that I need to kind of work out, and we'll kind of go through those together. And again, if you guys are not interested at all in this, just obviously let me know in the chat. But it's been a good experience so far with the DeepCharts platform. I have been in talks with a few people from the DeepCharts team to try to kind of see what kind of discount I can provide on the platform, and to some advanced training on it as well. So the talks are there, but I wanted to show you guys what I would consider to be just an absolute fantastic setup. Now, let's go to the MES. This one showed it, I think, even just a little bit better. So when I was doing my pre-market, kind of analysis, drawing out all my levels, taking a look at, where my bands are going to go and stuff like that. I saw this right here. Now, it was not really in an area that interested me very, very much, so I didn't think too much about it. But I was looking, obviously, to see which way we would kind of break out of this area, which is honestly a great way to take some scalps if you're kind of a momentum trader. You can obviously see that, sellers were pushing, and the buyers finally broke through. But that's not the setup. The setup that I think was just absolutely picture perfect was this one right here. And I think that this is the power of seeing the footprint and the volume flips visually. You just see it very, very easy. Gives you a little bit more time to obviously react, and I'm telling you, this is a fantastic way to trade the markets. So obviously more of a key level for me, because this was pretty much the top of our range of value area high. And what do we see? We see that buyers tried extremely hard to get this market to go up, right? You can see the green volume bubble right here. Now, you can see just by the wick right here that the buyers started to get absorbed. And then we see a very strong selling volume bubble come in. And look at this dump back to the downside, right back to your session point of control. You had a key level sitting right here at the 75.05 that I have given to all of my signal members, and you guys will have now as well. So, I mean, just a picture perfect setup. Obviously, I was not in front of the charts. I typically go upstairs to get ready, take my shower, get everything ready, and I usually end up leaving the charts right around here. And that was where I had to get off the chart, so I completely missed this move. But again, this is what I would consider to be picture perfect. Obviously a key level area, buyers absorbed, sellers showing strength, continuation to the downside. Find yourself a target that you feel comfortable with. Could be this swing low here, could be your point of control sitting right here, your key level right here at the 75.05. So just a lot of confluences on this right here. And I'm gonna kind of go in depth today on a few items. I'm going to go over the trade copier that's built in on DeepCharts. I have already took 2 trades yesterday with it, with the trade copier on, and both of them worked perfect. It is extremely easy to use. In fact, I had to kind of triple check that I was doing this right because it just seemed very, very easy. But before we get into all of that, let's get into our levels and let's take a look at some of our some trade ideas. I can get rid of this guy. That's not the guy we need. Okay. So we're going to start off on the ES. Okay. Now I am this is the MES contract. Again, just doing a lot of deep learning on this. I can take MES trades on the ES chart. So I've put too much time into my levels and everything for today, but definitely by next week we'll be trading strictly on the ES and NQ chart. But it's really cool because, like, if I wanted to take an ES trade off of the MES chart, all I've got to do is the chart will stay the same because they're kind of like 2 different modules. The chart will stay as the MES, but on my trade panel, all I got to do is select the ES and it will trade right on this chart, the ES. So it's not like you're doing like a crossover. It's very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. I'm actually very excited about that. All right, so let's talk about some key levels. Obviously, we've got the 75.05, which is exactly where we came right back down into. We've got the 74.95 and the 74.93 sitting a little bit below where price action is currently at. We've got a few, and we've got the 73.98 sitting here as well, which is, I believe, yesterday's prior low. Should be yesterday's prior low. And then some of these lines that you're going to see on the chart, just so I can kind of explain them to you. The turquoise colored are going to be your value area, like your edges of your value area. Your yellow is going to be VWAP, and this is going to, so this is like yesterday's session VWAP. This is, or I should say, I'm sorry, this is going to be, yesterday's session VWAP. This is today's VWAP for the current session right here in yellow. So it does always plot that. Again, I don't put a lot of weight into VWAP on my trading style, but you know, maybe now that if it's on my chart more, we'll take a look at it. Point of control is always going to be in purple. So, and then when you see a turquoise color, that it's not fitting in this value area high or value area low, that's just symbolizing that it's an area from yesterday. So just so you can kind of get a clue, like this is the edge from today. This is VWAP from yesterday. This is going to be another. This is going to be another value area low. But like the key areas that I'm interested in, based on, you know, where I see the unbalanced volume, we've got a pretty strong area here at the 74.22 and another strong area here at the 73.92. So all of these will be trade ideas based on price action when we get up there. Now this purple, you're gonna say, Rob, what's going on with this big purple band up here? Well, this is my weekly level on the ES. So the weekly levels are going to be in purple. And again, it might not be even the most visually beautiful thing if we stay in price action here for quite some time. You know, I like to see my black contrast on it, but at the same time, I personally want to I want to have a really good understanding of where these weekly bands are in relation to where I'm looking at taking trades or possibly looking to take profits at. So that's the ES. Let's switch over now to the NQ. All right, so the NQ. Well, let's start from the top. We've got a weekly band sitting here at the 34.18 to the 30.298. I've got this level marked off right here. I have it kind of as a breakout level. If we come up to this and we hold support, we could break to the upside. Only problem is that we do have this weekly band sitting right above it, so not the greatest area right there to take a trade from. But we do have a key level, which is right about to get tapped into here now on the NQ at the 30.069. Another one at the 30.007. Another one at the 29.995. Again, yesterday, value area high, an area that I had marked up on my chart, 29.881. And I believe we had one more. Yeah, we got another key level down here at the 29.273. So that's the NQ and the ES. Now, a few things, and again, I'm opening up communication channels with DeepChart. Or I should say the team at DeepCharts. I've talked to 2 people already, and they seem awesome to work with right now. It's not a perfect platform. There are definitely some things that some recommendations. I've kind of started to compile a short list of things that I think would be very easy to implement. One thing that kind of bothers me is on, horizontal lines. There's really no way to, oh, I've got these horizontal lines over here. Well, there's no way to like double click this and just put in the value that you're looking for, which you could do in pretty much all your platforms. The only way to use these horizontal lines right now is to actually scroll them and put them into the chart. Or I should say drag and drop into it. But, when you're trying to find an exact level, it's a little annoying. Not the worst thing in the world, but it is a little annoying. I love the fact that I can put text on my lines, on my horizontal lines, which obviously we couldn't do in NinjaTrader. One other thing that's on kind of like my feature request would be the same ability here on the bands. So this would be like a Y-axis band. I'd like to be able to put text in here. Also, the text functionality for DeepCharts, and they explained it in a video that I watched, that it's really not built for like annotation, but again, I think that that's kind of like, this needs to improve. So when you put in a text, you can type in here weekly bands, and that's it. Like, I haven't been able to find any type of now this will change, the colors will change if you change the color theme, but there's really no other customization to the actual text. So that's just kind of dumb in my opinion. I think that they should at least give us the ability to change the color, change the background, the box, just to make it a little bit more customizable to what the trader is actually wanting. What you guys are seeing on your left-hand sides of the screen, that's that is my cash account. So that is my Iron Beam cash account. Now, I deposited $5,000 in there. There's $56.34 in there. I don't believe I've taken a trade. Don't believe I took a trade. I did not. I have not taken a trade yet on that Iron Beam account. I know that they subtracted some money for originally for CQG, but now they had to redo it for the Rhythmic, because the Rhythmic was the only connection that I could use with the Iron Beam account. And I'll, you know, obviously, if I really continue to like the platform, I may deposit probably another $5,000 into that account to get it to at least to a $10,000 buffer. But for right now, I've already messed around with the money management settings, which I'll go over with you guys. I want to show you guys a trade copier, which again I think is pretty awesome. So I'll be interested in here. We'll see what kind of reaction we get. We've got not only do we have a key level here at the 74.95, but again, this is also sitting now at the value area low. So we'll see what type of reaction we get from here, just all based off of order flow, and see if we can get a trade idea here on the ES. Morning, Paul. Keith, good morning. And then one other thing that if I can get some feedback from you guys, would be how does the text look on the chart? Does it look pretty clear? I do believe that I have the ability to make these text a little bit bigger. I personally don't like bigger, for me personally, but you know, obviously I know that this is you know, you're on YouTube or on, you know, different screens. Now if you're on a mobile device, I mean, good luck there, but if you're on a computer or you're looking at this on a TV, if you can, or a monitor, if you could just let me know, hey Rob, the text looks pretty clear. Let me know about the P&L window that you guys see over here on the left, if everything looks pretty clear there to you or not. Good morning, Rob. Yes, it's good for me. I like the new P&L window. Awesome. And that P&L window is just, it's a built-in, I really wish I could show you guys. Well, I think I showed it to you maybe yesterday, but it is really nice. It's got all of your accounts. So when I get all of the prop accounts on here, so as of right now, just so you guys know, my leader account is going to be the Iron Beam cash account that I have set up. All right, let's take a look here, and let's keep an eye out right here on the ES for this. Let's see what kind of reaction we get right here at this key level at the 74.95. So I've got my Blue Sky funded account. And yesterday, I took out a Lucid Rhythmic 50K eval, which I'm super happy I did that because it got me to install everything I needed for Rhythmic, and then it actually made the Rhythmic connection with Iron Beam super easy for me. And I'll be honest with you, the platform to add accounts and stuff like that, again, just super easy to use. They've got really good money management things built in. So let's first start off with the trade copier. So this is their trade copier. So you can see this is my Iron Beam account. I've got this as a parent account, and then I've got the Blue Sky funded account that we got funded together here on YouTube. And then this is the 50K eval with Lucid that I took out. So I'm just gonna kind of go over how easy it is to set this up. So I'm just gonna call this one a test. Copy mode, they've got orders to orders or orders to market. I have it set at orders to orders just based on, it was the default, but not only that, it was what I've seen recommended by most of the videos that I watched. They have a resynco mode, which pretty much just states that if, you know what, hold on one sec. I just want to make sure I'm not missing here. Hold on, let me cancel this for 1 second. You know what? I'll come back to this. Let's, oh, no. Good. All right, I'll bring that down here for a second. Let me just make sure that that is still on. Yeah, it's running. Again, I'm interested here in just taking a look to see how the market reacts here at this key level at the 74.95, which is matching up pretty nicely with the value area low for the session. Morning, Nordic. As of right now, sellers are still showing some pretty decent strength here, so got to be a little cautious here. This is kind of going against the trend right here, but let's see what kind of reaction we get. Thanks, Keith. And good morning. All right, so we broke through that level pretty strongly here. We do have another level here at the 74.93, so we'll see here. Again, I want to see some type of confirmation here that buyers want to regain this area. Okay, tap into this level. All right, seller's definitely showing some good strength here. You can see also the NQ pretty much reacting really nicely off of that level here at the 30,007. But still nothing here to do yet. I do have to talk to their support in regards to my deep dom. For some reason, I can't understand why I'm only getting data from my Blue Sky connection. When I switch the data to my Iron Beam, which does have level 2, I'm paying the $40 for level 2. It does not, the chart doesn't move when I switch it to Iron Beam. And I know that once Iron Beam, the data feed is coming through, this will expand out and give me all of the price levels, and actually give me a lot more features that I'm looking for on the deep dom. But with the very limited that I've seen already from it, it looks very clean, very easy to use. So Iron Beam is it is a kind of a discount futures broker. I would say it has similar margin requirements intraday than, you know, like a Ninja Trader brokerage, which is pretty cheap on their commissions, but two, their margin requirements are very, very low, extremely low. And I've had an Iron Beam brokerage account for about 4 years. I hadn't traded it in about 2 years. In fact, we logged in together into the account on YouTube last week or the week prior, and I think I had $700 in that account. And things just started to kind of click, you know, when I started to jump on board on the DeepCharts platform. I was you know, I started to think, how can I get a live cash account onto here, which they do support CQG and they support Rhythmic. They have a few direct connections like Interactive Brokers, but like we've already talked about, I think that's kind of a joke when it comes to day trading. You know, the fact that you need 18 grand to trade to pretty much trade one E-mini is pretty insane to me. But this is going to be equivalent to, I don't know what the margin requirement is. Let's just see on Iron Beam. It might be $250 to trade an ES contract, which again is pretty low. I haven't seen really any confirmation here yet to initiate a long yet. Yeah, so like this is their kind of margin requirements. Oops. So like for a micro Nasdaq, you need $100 day margin. For a micro ES or MES would be $50. $100 on the micro gold. And then when we get to the big E-minis, $500 is their day margin, and the Nasdaq's $1,000, which I think is identical to what Ninja Trader brokerage is at as well. So again, very cheap broker to trade futures contracts on if you're looking for a cash account, but just be aware that their charting platform is horrific. Their charting platform, you know, if you don't need any indicators, you're going to do just fine. Like, there's nothing in there that I think is meaningful. Morning, Gary. Morning, Joe. You wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't. But you know, there's people that would sign up for Iron Beam because, like, if you look at, there's some videos too. Some YouTubers have done some videos on Iron Beam. You know, I'm not saying you can't trade it. I mean, you can set up your brackets. You can at least do horizontal lines, retracement bars. But again, it's very, very limited. So if you just basic trading, you can obviously get it done. But for any type of style, like how I like to trade, it's nowhere near. NQ does look long here. Just really haven't seen anything that is super exciting me here yet. Take a look. Mr. Help 6129, can you explain this model if possible? New here. So we trade order flow. I am pretty much, you know, trying to find key areas of interest in the market. I look for areas of unbalanced volume. I wait for, I've got some pretty specific rules that I look for when I am taking my trades. I've got some videos. If you go to my website, which is robstrades.com, there's a bunch of videos on my strategy that will kind of give you a kind of a base level view of what it is that we're trying to do here, but it's all based on order flow. And I do teach the setups as they happen. So when something appears that looks interesting, I give my commentary on it, and if you stick around on the streams, you'll pick it up, I think, pretty soon. All right, so now that we got a little bit of time, let's just go over this trade copier one more time. If let's just say I want to set up a test account here. Again, copy mode is orders to orders. They have a copy delay in milliseconds of 5. That's just time for things to kind of sync up. Resynco mode, which just pretty much means if for any reason the trade copier goes out of sync, it will market order in instead of limit order in, so that at least you are getting into the market. And again, that's only if there's a synchronization imbalance in between your leader and your followers accounts. Now they've got expiration logic, so right now it's none. Again, it'll get filled in on a market, but you could have this where if your limit order on your follower accounts do not get tapped into, so let's just say you put in an ask order or a limit ask order in, and your leader gets filled, but price action moves quickly before the followers can get in at that price. You can set here a period of time where that order will just expire out. You've got a synchronization timeout, so if it can't synchronize within 15 seconds, it will cancel the order on any of the ones that are not filled. And then the bread and butter to this is, again, super easy. Parent account, you could select it. Here are the different types of connections that I currently have. So this is my live cash account. This is my Blue Sky funded account. And then this is that 50K Lucid account that we took out yesterday. So let's just say I want to make my live account the parent. I click select. And then for child accounts, you add account here, and then you just select the accounts that you want. So I want Blue Sky, and I want my Lucid. So right there, the parent's copying to the children right here. And then you can also set this to trade by symbol. So if you want to be specific on, certain symbols that you want for it to trade off of. So like here, I can select the MES. And it's that simple. I mean, it's just really easy. And then the cool thing is, so if I click on confirm, it's ready to go. So I'm going to cancel this because I don't need it. And then here you can stop it. You can start it. You can click on your settings if you ever need to, but this is the trade copier, how I have it set up right now. So again, it's my live account copying into the two accounts that we've been talking about. And then, oh, I keep doing that. So I just gotta minimize that. And then a nice thing is their money management system. So their money management, you can kind of go in and put your money management on every single individual connection or account that you currently have set up, which is great. So if you want to, be at a 1% risk on every trade, you can set that for each account. You can set a daily loss for each account. You can set a daily or a position loss, meaning that you can't take a position more than $300. Or if it goes against you $300, it'll automatically close you out of that trade. So again, really nice built-in money management, and I think those mimic affordable indicators trade copier, because Replicanto does not do that. Replicanto is great. That's what I've been using for my trade copying, but it's extremely limited, but it does its job extremely well. I very rarely have trade copier issues. And again, I've only taken a few trades on the new platform and on with the trade copier. So far, everything's been going well, but we'll see here today once I take a trade if how that works out. I am live every single morning from 7 a.m. and we usually typically go till about 10:30 Central Time. So about an hour and a half before the market opens to about 2 hours into the market open. Monday through Friday. Morning, Tiger. Steve, good morning. I do kind of have to like mentally kind of rewire myself because, you know, I've been kind of accustomed already to, you know, trading right around 15K on my Ninja Trader brokerage account, my live account. So mentally, I'm kind of having to redo this. You know, my initial deposit into this account was $5,000, which I did last, I think it was like Tuesday of last week. Just really to get a live account on DeepCharts, but I'm kind of having to mentally kind of rewire myself here for the smaller balance as well. Morning, Bob. Good job, Bob. Morning. Happy to say I grabbed a few dollars to complete my month of June, all green. If I can refrain from causing a problem for the rest of the day. Hey, Gary, just when you come back, make sure you take a look at the chat because I'm going to be putting something in there for giveaway or, later today. Wish I can open up another. Wish I can open up another portfolio window. I don't know how to do it. Because I'm using this portfolio window over here, and it's a source on my recording software now, so shit. So I really wanted to show you guys the money management portion of it. To be frank with you, what I really like to do is, instead of this just being my cash account up here, I would love to be able just to see this entire box. It's really cool how they have it laid out in tiles, but I just can't fit it on the screen. I got too much stuff going on right now. And if I squish it down to fit into this little box area over here, then you can't see the text. In fact, I think I can do. Okay, that's locked in there. Main. Can actually move this like that. Like that. Guys, give me 1 second. My son's leaving for work. Let me just go say bye to him real quick. All right, I'm back. Good morning, Trader 007. All right, so we're hovering about, excuse me, we're hovering at about 12 ATR on the NQ for the 1 minute. I would say pretty, a little lower than I would say the average of our pre-market lately. $7,500. Ooh, that's a good number. I like that number. All right, let's see a retest here now of, well, I guess we're sitting kind of in between these two levels right here, the 74.95 and the 74.93. And again, like I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to work on these footprint charts to make them a little bit more appealing to my eye. I do like the red candlestick here for some reason. I think it's just because I'm so used to it on my NinjaTrader. All right, we're about 20 minutes from market open here. And I forgot, I still got to do, I got to put that in my notes. I got to do, I would like to put in a watermark here so that you guys know what range I'm on and what instrument I'm on. Obviously, I know it's pretty clear when you see 30,000 where I'm on the NQ versus the ES, but just to make it a little bit more clear, I'd like to see if I could put a watermark in there like how I had in NinjaTrader. Morning, FD TK. And I know I've mentioned this to you guys a few times, but I'm really liking this delta. I guess you want to call it a histogram, but a vertical chart. Having really good. I'm finding it as, you know, again, for those of you guys that have gone through my volume trading masterclass, you guys know what I'm kind of looking for for key levels. And you know what I've been finding is this has been helping me out tremendously. In obviously this is an area right here where sellers did get trapped, and they made a strong move here, which you can also see on the delta bar right there. Very strong selling pressure. They didn't get rewarded at all. This was a flip right here to the upside, and I've been finding that to be really nice, you know, intermediate, or I should say immediate. See, I don't know why I keep getting these. I'm getting this error with this blue sky. I don't know. Let's see if I can talk to customer support about that. Been finding really good areas of TP reactionary zones with them as well. So I do like this. I do like this a lot, having it on my side chart. Never really had that before on my charting platform. Morning, John. John, take a look at the chat when you get a chance, and put in your level if you can by... Oh, you got about a minute to put that in. Thanks, John. So I got John, Steve, Joe, Gary, I believe, put in his number. No, I'm still waiting on Gary to... Bob, if you could put your number in. Oh, he's really... Bob's really looking at it, the technical... Morning, Joe. If you can, take a look at the chat, and if you can, put in your ES level here, where you think the ES was going to be at 9:30. Bob's doing some technical analysis on the chart. I like it. I like it. Well, we've been pretty much ranging now here for about the last almost hour. Bob's at 75.06. Okay, I like that. Joe, I'll give you a few extra minutes here if you want to put in a level for the ES. Especially since we've just been ranging, so nobody's got an advantage right now. All right, 10 minutes to market open. Let me go refresh my coffee. Let's get ready for the market open here. All right, back in action here. Oh, I wonder what text on chart is. Never seen that before. Text on chart. Okay, that might be something to look into. Maybe that fixes the labeling. I don't know. Take a look at that later. I forgot what I was looking for. Text on chart. Interesting. Okay. That's what I was missing. All right, less than 2 minutes here for market open. Let me do the same thing with the... Let's see. Perfect. All right, Joe, I got you. I got ear level in. No, John, the number's already due, man. Be pretty, it's got to be the number that's going to be at 9:30, but we need that number in. All right, let's see what the market wants to do here. Okay, a lot of selling pressure coming in there. And Q tapped right into this level here. We got a huge wick back down, but very, very strong candle there. Am I muted? No, I don't think I'm muted. I just haven't really said much yet. Okay, sellers showing a little bit more aggression here. Now it'll be pretty interesting to see what they can accomplish here if we can get down to that level. The MES and the NQ are not correlated right now too well. We're definitely trying to punch here to the downside. Now it's starting to catch up here a little bit. don't know. Still not convinced with the buyers just yet. Okay. All right, some sellers stepping in there. I'm gonna take what? Oh, that wasn't good. I got an error on I got an error here on taking that order. What the hell was that? That was a weird error. That's not good. Iron beam only supports eco. I don't know what the hell that meant. Let's see if I can do it this way. Let's see what happens here. No. Rhythmic air only supports server eco. Crap. I'm getting errors here. I am getting errors here. Rhythmic ARP only supports server OCO mode if it is a parent account. Server. Client. Server. I don't know what that error is. What does client mean here? Let's see if this works. Okay, that gets me into the order. Alright, we'll see if that works. I tapped into that level that I had right here at the 3263. Let's take a look at the E and the S. I'm going to reduce this down just a bit here. Just down to 100. That's a little better. A lot of sellers coming in right here. Wow. Either that or some stops there, but that doesn't look like a stop spot. Let's see if I can limit something in. Why? Stupid. We'll see if we can get something here. Or maybe it wants to go without me. We'll see. All right, I'm taking a long here on the MES, or the ES, I should say. Right to there. Bring this guy up. He's good stop there, too. All right, trade copier worked perfectly fine. Let me take a look at the Nasdaq here. Got a little bit of room. All right, TP there. So as you guys could see right here, as we were making our move to the downside here, we got a lot of seller aggression that came in instantly trapped. I mean, that was a very easy trap to see. Set my limit order, which I was happy doing, not just trying to chase this move, because price action was like all the way up around here. Let it come back to me, and took a nice little trade there. And I don't know why my executions are not showing up. That was another thing I have to put in my notes. It was working perfectly fine a couple days ago, and I don't know why they're not showing up. But I guess I can Google it. All right, so I'm able now to get my executions here, so I can see where my entry was in. I don't know how many points that was. 5 points. Okay. guess we could just leave that on the chart. So again, sellers got absorbed once again here. But we'll see. We haven't got any confirmation from the long here yet, so... On the NQ, this would be kind of an interesting spot here. See if they want to retest here, fair value high here. It's also aligning really nicely with the 120 unbalanced volume area, so definitely look to see if we could take a long from this purple box here. From the 30-186 to the 30-152. Kind of an interesting thing to note too on the ES. What have we seen the most of so far? We've seen a lot of a lot of attempts here by sellers to get this market down, and they really haven't done. It's still been ticking to the upside here. But what we really haven't seen is a lot of like buyer volume aggression. So that's kind of telling me that the sellers are pretty damn weak as of right now. Pretty damn weak. So I don't necessarily know if we will get a retracement down to here, but that's definitely an area that I am interested in. And then I know I got this weekly band sitting up here, so that's going to cause, that would be something that I would definitely not wanting to long, not taking a long up here. Well, let's see if we can revisit this area down here. Can you get in the chat? Can you guys see that 30-186 label here and the 30-152 label? Can you guys see this okay? Yes, okay, cool. Morning, AP. I know what I'm missing here now. I need to show drawing tools from another chart. There we go. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! Wow, is that an explosive move right there? All right, let's just see if there was anything on news. So we got news coming up at, I thought it was at 9 a.m. Don't see anything yet on news. All right, we're now entering into weekly band territory here, so let's see what happens. A lot of buying pressure, both NQ and if you guys remember, what did I say? Breakout level. Breakout level. I would say that was a breakout. All right, now let's just see what they want to do here now. It's interesting. I don't know if I could... Oh, okay, I can delete that. This is interesting here now. All right, so what's our thought process here? We obviously know we got a weekly band here that's pretty seller dominated at the 75.23. We just had a shit ton of buyer volume come into the market. So really the only thing I can think of is if we can break down here, that would be a pretty good sign from the bears. Or we tap into this weekly band sitting up here. The NQ just tapped into its weekly band. Just trying to see what we can formulate here, if anything. But I kind of needed to get through. This strong buying pressure right there for me to have any confidence in bears at this moment. Okay, sellers tried to step in there. Looks like they just got absorbed. I hate having this band right here. If we didn't have this band here, I'd be long for sure. These bands are so hard to get through. They're trying. See, nothing but buying pressure right now. So we'll just sit and wait. Do, 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 do. Now you can catch insanely big moves off these weekly bands. But again, would have to start seeing something that would have to start seeing some kind of sign that the bears want to be in charge here. We do have a nice target right around here. Actually, target could go a little bit even lower. If we can break down here. Keeping a close eye here on a short. Okay, seller stepped in. Looks like they're getting absorbed as of right now. Nothing to do here. Okay, buyer's pushing. I'm on the MQ. Be honest with you guys, if I didn't have this band here, I'd be long for a while. Would have been long, definitely somewhere right around here for sure. All right, we got news in about a minute. News didn't really make any type of, no real effect there. Consumer confidence came in lower than expected. Job openings came in higher than expected. So again, you know, the market can view that overall as negative news here. So I am still looking for a short possibility at this out of this weekly band. Just don't know what. I need to see something here. ES is showing a little bit more. All right, I'm going to take a short there on the ES, and I'm going to pop this right back to, I think this is a good target right here. And then I can lower that risk a little bit. So risking 50 for 75 there. Let's see if we can get a continued push down off that weekly band. I'm interpreting that news kind of as some negative news, but we'll see how the market reacts here. Pretty much risking my profit from the first trade here. Looks like I'm gonna get pinched. All right, they got me there. Again, good confluences here coming out of a weekly band. Had some sellers coming in strong there at the bottom. We did see some continued strength here from sellers, but nasty little pullback there. So again, kind of hard betting against the bears here. Betting against the bulls, but they seem to be in control. Be right back. So I am having an issue. I think Tiger Trade said the same thing. I'm having an issue with my Blue Sky. My Blue Sky connection constantly is, wow, a lot of volume here coming in. A lot of volume coming in here on the ES. A lot of buying volume up here. Let's see here if they want to continue. God, I would love to love to be on a long here, but Okay, interesting little development here. Gonna continue push. I might take a short here. Let's just see how they react here. All right, I'm gonna take a short there. Put this guy in right there, and then let's look for a continuation push here. Let's see if we get a push here. I know I'm definitely fighting the trend here, but I also have a hard time taking a buy in this seller region here. Come on, sellers. Step in here. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We do have a liquidity spot at the 16s, 75 16s. So I'm taking a look at that as well. All right, into that second position there. Now, I don't want to see them get absorbed here. I need to see continuation here. Not looking too good here. Let's go. Let's see that follow through here. Let's go. If we break down right here, we should see TP pretty damn easy. We just got to get a breakdown right here. Let's go. Come on, yes, that's what I need to see right there. Looking to move my stop here if we can just break out of this little level here. Come on, sellers, give it up. I should say buyers, give it up. Again, we got liquidity sitting right at the 16s, right there. Come on. Let's see the dump right here. All right. take that back to break even. Let's go. Come on. It should have been target there. I don't want to see them get absorbed here. Come on. Right to the tick, man. Unbelievable. Come on, sellers. You had that right to the tick, man. Unfreaking believable. Man, we had that. We had that one. Right, just one tick, man. One tick short. It's all right. It was a good trade. Good trade idea. Oh, they shook me out, huh? They shook me out real good. And again, I was looking at that liquidity level there at the 75.16. I wasn't even asking for that. I was asking for the 18s, which we got to the 18.50. I mean, it was literally a tick away from my, that would have been nice little TP there. All right, let's take a look at the NQ. So what are we seeing here on the NQ? We've got buyers sitting up here. They can't push. Sellers over here got absorbed. So we're kind of in this little range right here that can't really do much here on the NAS. Sorry, forgot I was on Bookmap. Got a lot of screens going on. So what I was trying to say was we've got buyers getting absorbed here, sellers getting absorbed here. So we're just kind of sitting in this spot right here. So not much to do on the NQ. Looks like the ES is kind of run out of gas here for a little bit. Kind of annoying with this. It seems like every time let me see if I can get that right. Let's go there, you can see everything. Every time, I don't know why my blue sky connection keeps dropping. On Tiger Trades, I don't know if you're on here. Are you still getting that? Because every time I drop a connection with blue sky, my tiles shrink from a quad 4 to 3 down, and then I lose my screen capture there for my P&L. So that's kind of annoying. But I do see my blue sky connection dropping a lot. Which in a trade would not be a good idea, but... Yeah, but if you look at, like if you open up your portfolio window, you'll see that when you get that message that it dropped connection, your portfolio for that account just disappears, and then the other accounts take up that space and throws off my... It's pretty annoying, actually. Yeah, nobody wants to give it up here. Everybody's playing hard to get here. Yeah, what I might do is I just might switch it from overview to detail, and then it'll just be Iron Beat. But I like seeing my other accounts just to make sure that the trade copier is working and everything's working as planned, which so far, trade copier is doing its job. I'm pretty much break even for the day. Took away from one tick away from a nice little winner there. All right, 10 minutes for IB to be set. So one thing we can obviously determine is that obviously the market right here is kind of determining that this is pretty much fair value right here. So a good trade idea here would be just to see how we test value area high here and see if we want to stay in this, if we really want to stay back into this area. So this would be a really nice trade idea right back into this range. It's the only trade thought that I have as of right now. And this hurt everybody's eyes for a second, but I just want to make sure that I get this up and running. Let's go here. Oh, poor Ninja Trader. Promise, buddy. I haven't forgot about you. But I kind of have for a little bit. Okay. First piece of big buying pressure here. Let's see what they have continuation from here. They get absorbed from here. This is a good spot here for a long if you break out from here. Again, the weekly band is really only given up about a quarter of its space here, so I'm not, even though the NQ has pretty much made it through. With very little pullback. And Q could also be setting up for a short, though. I know that's going to be kind of crazy to think, but let's see how they react up here. Do get any sign of a possible short, this would be a good TP area. I'm gonna take a short there and then pop that right above there. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong there. And realistically, I think the same target. Right around here. That's all I gotta do. Let's see. Oh, they got absorbed actually. Shit, man. Maybe should have waited a little bit there for confirmation. Come on, sellers. Risking 45 bucks here, so the buyer stepped in real fast. Looks like they're gonna knock me out here. Yeah, knocked out there. All right, can get rid of that. Feel like I'm kind of at a disadvantage here because we are in this weekly band, so I'm keep thinking shorts and the market is keep continuously telling me to go long. All right, very small trade here. Let's see if I... All right. I can't fight this any longer. I can't fight this any longer. They're flipping. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the longs here now. Oh. If we can break out there. And put this guy right up here. Cannot fight these bulls much longer. Let's see if they trap these sellers right here. Sellers trying to step in. We are in violent territory here, so this should move pretty quickly. What now? We're finding the sellers coming in. Come on, guys! You changed me from shorts to longs. Let's go. What are we doing here now? Need to see continuation right here. This is looking a little trappy now here. Market's got a great way of trapping people. Oh, you guys are dirty. You guys are really dirty.
Oh boy. That's not good. Not good at all here. This guy down here as well. Put these all together. This is unbelievable. Well, I think the trade idea is still right. It's a great time to join the bulls there. So we did already tap into the IB high, so nothing there.
I'm looking on the short right there. Take one more position there. Let's bring this guy up right here. And I do like the ES here too. Let's see. We get some continuation here. Be a pretty tight stop here on this one. All right, that's good there. And right back to where we were trying to get our first trade thought there. All right, let's cover our risk there. All right, so I'm short 2 on the ES, short I think 2 on the micros here. Can we get a trade? Or do you want to be completely ass backwards all day today? If I get knocked out here, I am done for the day. I'm just not seeing direction well today at all. What the fuck was that? All right, I'm calling it. I am calling it. That is just fucking terrible. Terrible fucking price action here. Buyers got absorbed pretty well. Continuation on from sellers right here. Absolutely nothing. No reward whatsoever. So... and this thing went away again. ES 930. Let's see where that was at. That closed at 75.36. Actually, $32. Let's see, who was the closest one here? 75, 32, 75. 7508, 7506. All right, Bob, you got it, buddy. Of course you're doing this price action.
Market got me good here today. Right to TP too. Right to TP. Exactly where I had my TP set. 30.0353. Yes, maybe a smarter stop loss would have been right here, above here. I guess that's something to learn. Right here would have been a better stop. Would have taken both TPs on that one. All right, guys. Kind of a crappy day trading, to be honest with you. This is a really good short setup right here. My goodness. This is a good short setup. Very good short setup right here. I don't know how we fight this, but alright, I'm going to take one more stab at this here. I did just say that you would be my last one. And I'm going to have a pretty big target. Let's see. Bring this guy down here. And this guy down here. Oh no. Oh, can't make this shit up. That's what I get for saying it was my last trade of the day. No, I don't even know if they need to go down here. Kind of back at fair value here. I don't like that. I don't like it. Don't like it. I'll be right back, guys. All right, it's not looking too bad. Let's take one more here. And where are we gonna have some problems at? Right here, we might have some problems. Take one. Actually, I could leave this guy down here and take one of these guys. Move him right around here. Oh, he's not that great, is he? Actually looking pretty strong. Oh, what the hell was that? Why did you take me out right there? Oh, I didn't let it go. All right, I think we can bring this wrist down here just a bit. This guy right here. I knew there was going to be a bounce right there. Again, this is that delta kind of helping out right there. This is where sellers got absorbed last time, so let's see if the sellers truly have a strong move here or not. If they break through here, we should have TP. Very little issue. I'm okay with this little pullback here. Not okay if we break through that level. Sellers look really strong here. Come on, just break through down here. Let's go. Oops. All right, I'm gonna take that off right there. That was a nice move. Nice short there. All right, made up some of the losses there. Hold on one second, okay?
Ooh, wish I would have held on to that one a little longer. No, I don't. I'm good. I'm good after this whole debacle. Where did the ES go to? 16s. That was that area that we were kind of mapping out. And they kind of reloaded there too. This was unfortunate right here. I don't know. I mean, that was like a crazy spike that we got to stop me out. That would have been the move right there. Right there was my entry for short, and I was targeting again. I was targeting actually the 18, so sitting up here. So a little bit unlucky right there on that move. And then I just didn't have the faith here to continue on right there. But at least I was able to capitalize on the NQ move. Let's take a look at the 30 minute. Let's put this guy up on the screen right here. Just make sure I have it set to 30 minutes. I do. Let's see. All right, so your breakout would have been right here. Right here. Now we'll kind of discuss the strategies, how they kind of have them laid out. So he would be taking a long right here at the 8:59 candle, with the stop sitting at IB at the low down here, which again is to me a crazy stop loss, but it is what it is. And their target is sitting right here for protection level. And then they've got like intermediate targets that they want you to, that they also want you to kind of go after. But stop placement, in my opinion, is just not feasible. Now, personally, how I would have traded this would be as if you did get the breakout here, which we did, and you take a long right here, because that's the strategy, how they call it for. My stop would have been sitting right here. And I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have been targeting the value area low, the prior value area low that's been sitting up there. So I would not have been stopped out just yet, but it would have been close. So yeah, on the initial push up, you know, depending on where your stop's sitting at, this trade would look something like this to me. So your entry would be right here. Your stop loss would be down here. And your TP would be, in my opinion, the TP would be there. Their TP that they have for their strategy is actually, let's see if I can do this here. It would be right here. Which you got real close of getting stopped out. I don't like their stop placement, but they base it off of their data.
Might argue with that. Let's get rid of this guy. So let's kind of take a look at the bigger picture here. Weekly bands. So it held. It's held the line so far. But I don't know. ES has also held the line. I don't think there's been anything in gold. Oh, gold tapped right back in. That was a nice gave you guys that one this morning. In gold. All right, what does the market want to do now? One second. $75.31. So definitely a good amount of stops sitting right here. So if we get a continuation to the downside, let's see if they rip these stops apart. Okay, there's the stop push. Now let's see if there's any continuation here. was going to say, we should have seen a red bubble there. We might see it now. Here's where buyers got trapped last time. Pretty good, right here. A lot of positive delta in this area right here as well. So, gonna be a little cautious here that you're not making the same mistake here. I think the ES right now's got for sure room to break that last high. I think they definitely come and take that high up. But there's a lot of... Oh. What the hell was that? What was that? That was weird. Must have pressed the wrong... Oh, I did press the wrong button. That was weird. It's just a lot of pressure right here. Oh, and that's not even my... There we go. Here, right here. That's why I'm just... I'd like to bet on the bulls right here. Just because they are showing some strength, but they got destroyed right here. Okay, same thing like last time. See a lot of buyer pressure right there. Let's see if they want to push through here or not. I'd like to catch this move right back to high of the session here. Let's see if the sellers here have some continuation. One second, guys. Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna take a little risky play here. Right back to a little push above the session high. Would like to see them breaking out from there. Yeah. You would have rather seen a little bit more confirmation there. But I think it's worth the it's worth the bullets here. Let's see. Should see actually price we should see it move pretty quickly. Actually, sellers got absorbed right there. Yeah, I'll just stay with the two contracts there. That's where I would have seen a pullback right there. Now let's break through. We got to break through right here one more time, and we got TP. Let's go. Not seeing a lot of stops up here though. Again, blue sky. I got a connection issue with blue sky. One more time. I don't know what the hell's the problem there. I don't see much in our way.
I'm definitely gonna have a talk with DeepCharts customer service because I got to get this that data issue fixed. Because every time I drop a connection to it, my heat map resets to 0. I don't know what's going on. And it should be using my iron beam connection, but it's not. It's using the blue sky, which doesn't even have level 2. Alright, see if we get a little 7-point banger here on the ES. Kind of working our way. Working our way. I hope we just don't... I don't want to sweep the top either. Kind of naked here. Let me... let's go back to Old Faithful here. Let's see what bookmap is telling me here. Where are we sitting at? We're sitting at the 40s. Let's see if we can get a little continuation here. I don't think there's any reason to risk any more than that. We'll go to break even here. I can't see my P&L. We didn't even sweep the top yet. Come on. We'll sweep and go. Never hurt nobody. Bring this down to the 42s exactly right there. 42 right there. I should eat that liquidity right there. Oh, nice little seller stepping in there at the 41s. All right, buyers absorbed. Honestly, the 45s have a lot of liquidity. We might see a really quick... Let me see if we could get this right here. 44.5 right there. Come on. We should see a pretty good jump right here. And I will trail it. I say trail it, but I can't really. I will move my stop up. Come on. We've done so well here. Let's go. Come on. This should be violent. We should get a spike. We got a good amount of liquidity at the 44, 45s. So we should see a, once we get past here, we should see a good spike up. And if we do get a nice little push, I'll move my stop right to the 41s. It should be about, I don't know, 55 or 60 bucks in profit. So about 5 points here on the ES. Currently sitting at about 4 points. We got some work to do. They do have, unfortunately, they do have liquidity also sitting at the 35s, which is sits right down here. So that doesn't hold well for me, but can't lose anything on this trade as of right now. Take a point of profit, at least cover the commission on the trade. Come on, let's see the little, let's see the, there should be a spike right here. Come on. They don't want it? Do you not want it? Do you not want it? God, I really thought they wanted that right there. All right, I said I would take 50 bucks. 5 points right there. Should have been quick, man. What the hell's holding you guys up? All right. 5 points there on the ES. Well, working our way back. I think we're down, what, 350? Now down 40 bucks. Not bad. Not bad. Not too shabby. See what the NQ's doing. I wonder why it changes to all orange. Doesn't make much sense to me. Is this the developing? This might be the developing value area. That probably makes sense. I thought it was value area high, but I could be wrong. Good morning. Got a late start. Good morning for everyone so far. I was kind of a mixed bag of trading, honestly. Again, majority of the moves we saw pretty decent. Got stuck in some shorts early on. Kind of fighting the trend there. And but then came back with some nice... Took a really nice short here on the NQ. I don't know how many points that was. Do miss my 54 points. Wow, that wasn't too shabby. 54 point move to the downside on the NQ. I think where I got hurt on these two trades right here. This one was really unfortunate. I was on the NQ and the ES going short with a target. I mean, I think it hit my target like almost exactly where I... Oh no, target was like sitting right over here. Target was sitting right here. Got a really quick wick back to the upside, stopped me out, and then just dropped like a hammer right to the TP spot. So that was a bit unlucky. We were then able to capture that move, which was nice. And then on the ES, again, got 5 points there. Took a stop out same time. That was the same stop out as when I was showing you on the NQ. That one just absolutely sucked. Again, was trying to go short. And my target was the 75.18s. I remember that clearly, which was right here. This one went for break even. Took a loss there, and then I think we took a winner right here. Or no, that we took a loss right there. Sorry, that's where I was fighting the trend. Opry, what do you have the bubble set to show? It's showing volume. This is the DeepTrades. This is the DeepTrades indicator on DeepCharts. So they have a proprietary kind of, I don't know if you want to call it an algorithm or code, or I don't know what you want to call it. But they base it off of aggregate trades, and they have an algorithm based on what provides you with the green and red market bubbles. And on the ES currently, I switched the filter, I lowered the filter a little bit. I went from 120 down to 100. And the NQ, I believe, is set to, it should be set to lower than that, but I don't think it is. DeepCharts, I could probably lower my NQ settings. Yeah, my NQ settings are higher than the ES settings. That's not right. So I could probably... Oh, I feel like I'm seeing really good trades on the NQ where it needs to happen. So maybe the ES just needs to be increased. I think that's probably a smarter bet. Right back to 120. But I am seeing the volume. I mean, I don't know. Both seem to be pretty good. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it for a day. I fought my ass off back to get to close to break even, down 40 bucks for the day on all 3 accounts, so not terrible. Not terrible. I think it was down 300 something at one point, so with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay patient. I want to say a tough day of trading. I don't know. We had a nice little push from the morning. I don't know. Tough, I guess. I think really what kind of hurt me maybe a little bit was the big bias I had on this weekly band to the shorts. Did play out a few times, but the weekly band has not, so far has not completely repelled it. Here's the ES band. And it's holding it down as of right now, but and the NQ is also the same thing. It's really just trying to hold for its dear life here. You can see how it's tried to break out on 3 different occasions, right here, and right here, and it just kind of gets sucked back into the range. All right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay patient out there and let it come to you. Please hit the like on the stream. I appreciate that. Doesn't cost you anything. And if you're going to be using any of the prop firms, just if you use my code TraderRob, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.